Hello, good evening, everybody. This is Frankie again, your fellow survivor podcaster. Tonight, I want to talk about a different topic, one that I think many survivors need to hear about. I call it motivation. More specifically, self-motivation. I realize a lot of you guys, we get down. Sometimes we can't even get up some days. We have some mornings where we're just like, oh, I can't believe I'm alive again. Hurts to say it, but that's how some of us feel sometimes. The way I keep myself motivated, I can only call it divine strength sometimes. I really have no other words for it. Sometimes I think about my niece. She's really like my little girl. She's really one of the elements in my life that keeps me going. It's amazing what the power of love can do when you're in this situation. I truly remember when I was like down in my depression the most. I really wanted to find a support group, and I come to find out there was no stroke survivor support groups around my area. I mean, the closest thing I could find, honestly, here in Richmond, was a something called the grievance support group. That's the only support group that I could find. It seems silly, but it's really not. When you actually feel down and depressed, and you actually want to reach out to someone, it's very makes one feel very defeated that you can't find those people. Let me stick to the topic here. We're talking about motivation. So last time I left off, I think on episode 1. That's where I want to start from again, even though this is episode 3. I remember those first couple of days I couldn't walk. I was still in a wheelchair, and I kept thinking to myself, I gotta do something. I have to help my parents. I was always like my parents. I want to say backbone of the house. I helped them pay the bills. I have 2 other siblings, but I was mostly the one that helped pay the mortgage and helped them do things like that around the house, repairs and such. They never asked me for help. I just felt like it's my duty as a son. I'm their only son. So at this point, getting up from the bed every morning, that was part of my motivation, to help my family. I kept telling myself I have to get to work. I have to get better. I have to be better than I was before to be able to help them. I guess that feeling, that anger in my stomach, that fire in my heart, it really helped me get up every morning and just push myself. At this point, I was getting up at, I want to say 10 o'clock in the morning. I wasn't an early bird, I never was. But I was getting up around 10, 9. For a stroke survivor, that's pretty damn good. And I remember I would start doing like 50 to 20 sit-ups right by my bed. Just some squats, little things I could do, because that's what my therapist has showed me. I started off doing, I want to say, about 20. And then I started listening to some music that helped me, some EDM music that helped me get motivated. I remember some songs that really stuck out to me back then was Sia's The Greatest. Ellie Goulding's Burn. Girly songs I know, but they helped me. Among other songs, that was a bunch of, I had a playlist for my workouts. That was like my thing to do. I remember I used to work up on my big mirror and think to myself, you're gonna get better than this, Frankie. You're gonna be a much better person than you were before. Ironically, physically, I saw myself as the same person. Mentally, I felt is my biggest struggle. I kept telling myself I can't be the same person I was. I have to become better somehow. I'm going through something that's bigger than I am, but I know I'm gonna conquer it, just like my other friends that are going through this will too. As far as a motivational speaker, I truly don't think I'm apt for it. I'm not the best. But what I can do is tell you my story and the struggles that I've been going through. I had a job, which I'm kind of skipping that period of my life because I feel like the school district really did me dirty on that, and they don't deserve a spot on this. So I'll just say this: I lost that job thanks to a racist, reckless principal who's still working there. I'm not gonna mention what school. Not worth it. That school and that school district are really not worth being mentioned here. So I'm just gonna skip that whole period of my life. I'm just gonna say I lost that job. Had to move on from that. What did happen though is at this point, when I didn't have work, I felt really down. I felt like my life was gonna be over. I remember thinking to myself, what am I gonna do now? You know? Feels like the world's against me. Anything I say or do as a man, they're not gonna believe. Because I'm a man. Honestly, I gotta mention this. When you're a guy, and you're in this kind of situation, the world is really against you, man. It's like you feel like there's no one on your side. I'm not saying it's any easier for women, but as a man, it's really hard. It feels like everyone's just against you. So at this point, I'm out of a job. A year passed. I got a little better, with my physical therapy. Another year passed. Getting a little better now. Another year passed. 3 years now. I'm starting to lose hope on finding a job again. It's not that I didn't try to find a job. It's just that it's really hard to get a job, when you're physically impaired, and among that, you're undocumented. It's one of the hardest things to achieve when you're at this level that I'm at. I got no government help. The only way I was making money at this point was collecting recycle and selling at the recycling place. That was really my job for a little bit, just collecting my little recycle cans and selling them at the recycle place. One day I'm feeling really hopeless. I'm just on Facebook like, let's see what happens. So I try to look up one of these stroke survivor support groups, thinking nothing's gonna come up, that I'm never gonna find anything. I remember running into this support group called I think it was Stroke Buddies or something like that. I still have it on my Facebook. I can't remember the name for it, but there's people here that I met that I have to mention. Without their permission, I hope this come back to haunt me. But the first one person I met on this group, his name was Tristan Galang. We kind of had a falling out, but I still consider him my brother, my friend. So if you hear this, Tristan, I still love you. For what it's worth. I think you were a really good friend. You were there for me when I needed someone the most. He introduced me to another person that is still playing a big role in my life. His name is Ralph Preston. Again, mentioning him without his permission. I hope he doesn't mind. Ralph got me this computer on a loan, which I'm still in debt to him. He got me this computer that I'm actually doing this podcast on now. Originally, it was given to me for video editing. One thing led to another. I got more in tune with the music stuff on here, so I started playing around with it, making little songs here and there. And now I'm doing this podcast. So I'm using this computer that my good friend Ralph got for me. God bless you, Ralph. You're a great person. Moving on from here, when you're in this situation, you have to realize that you can't do it alone. You have to pray. You have to reach out. You have to look deep within yourself and just have faith and know that you're going to get past this. That's the way I do it. It's been working for me so far. So I don't know how you guys, my other stroke survivor friends, do it, but that's the way I do it. Again, if you listen to this, please comment. I would love to hear from other stroke survivors and see what you guys think. Another thing I want to say to you guys too, is when you feel like everything's against you and you just can't do it anymore, know that there's just some greatness just right around the corner. This took me a while to believe, but I'm telling you guys, I seen some shit and experienced some shit that I'm just like, It's nothing short of a miracle. Never give up. Just don't. Because those moments, they're temporary. Everything we go through right now is temporary. The pain, the depression, the thinking that if we would have died, our family would have been better off. We would have been at peace. It's a lie. We're here to fight. You have to push yourself. This is a challenge, and you have to conquer this challenge. There's no ifs or buts about it, man. You have to get up every day, love yourself. If you have family, do it for them. Do it for yourself. For me, it's my little girl, my little niece. Her and my little chihuahua, my parents. Yes, I gotta mention my Gaspachita. That's what I call her, my little chihuahua, my Gaspachita. She's been my little friend through all this. My little hell that I've been going through. She's been with me. Whatever gets you up in the morning, do it. It seems impossible whatever you're going through right now, but it gets better. There's things that happen in our life for a reason, You have to fight, man. You have to feel that anger in your soul and just want it. Seriously, that's the one thing you have to remember about this. You have to really want it. You have to tell this challenge, you can't conquer me. You're bigger than me, but I can take you. That's got to be your mentality, man. You got to be aggressive. You got to be a wolf. You can't be weak about it. If you keep this mentality up, you can't make it. So again, I will mention that I record this podcast completely unscripted. I really hope you guys enjoy listening to this story that I'm telling. I'm learning as I go too, I'm new to all this. So any suggestions, comments, please let me know you're out there. I truly hope somebody listens to my story. There will be more to it on episode 4. I don't want to make these episodes too long because I want to keep your attention. And I really hope you stick around, to listen to the rest of my story. I truly hope I reach out to the right people, especially those that are going through the same things I am. To you, I want to let you know that you are not alone. Feel free to contact me. I put these out for my Facebook, on my YouTube. I'm going to start my real podcast channel soon. So please reach out to me. Have a great night, you guys. I love you.